I am Sydnee Washington, and I'm originally from Harlem. I am a stand-up comedian slash actress slash professional Uber pooler. How did I get into comedy? My friends. I used to be a waitress for like 10 years, and I had a friend videotape me after work just doing bits and commentary, and she put a little compilation thing together, and she's like, bitch, you funny, you need to do something with this. And so I took a class and I invited my meanest friends, like 10 of my meanest friends, to the graduation show. And after the show they were like, you know what, you wasn't bad, so you should continue. And I was like, all right. So that's what I just did. I just kept doing stand-up. The feeling I feel when I'm on stage, when I'm doing well, I feel invincible. I feel like no one can tell me shit. I feel like, oh man, I own this. Like, I feel like I own some estate somewhere. Like, it gives me so much power. When I'm not doing well on stage, I'm kind of like, whoa. I'm already looking at my Uber to like press it to come, you know? Like, so when I get off stage, I'm ready to go. But even when I'm doing bad, I'm still like, I'm so glad that I'm a part of this, because every night changes. My goal in comedy is to have a show. I want to have my own show and showcase my life, because I've been through a lot, and looks are deceiving because you see me one way and then you hear my story and you're like, oh my god, wow, you should have no teeth left. So I just want to have my own TV show, and I also want to open doors for other Black stand-ups like myself, Black female stand-ups, and just open doors that were not available when I guess somebody else was starting. My story is, I didn't grow up with my mom. I grew up with 3 of my great aunt and uncles, so I'm an old soul. Like, I look young, but I know about a dialysis cord. I knew about insulin when I was like 5 years old. Like, I was taking care of them while they were taking care of me. I lived in California at the time, and I accidentally burned my house down. I don't look like that, right? I don't look like an arsonist. Well, I'm not an arsonist, but whatever. It was by accident. And you know, Black families, they're like, you're not going to therapy. They just roasting you the whole time and make sure that you don't touch nothing that has anything to do with fire. So I moved back to New York and went to college. Everything was great. And I ended up being a bottle waitress for 10 years. I was like a professional club person. Like, people pay to get in the club. I was getting paid to be there. And I met so many celebrities. I've been an alcoholic. I've been a drug addict. I was straight. Now I'm gay. So like, there's so much. It's literally a roller coaster, and people need to know this story of mine. Okay, so I feel like in New York City, doors are always getting closed, or cabs are not stopping for you, especially as a Black person. So in comedy or entertainment, we're constantly hearing no. So I don't know a specific no. All I know is that I've been hearing no for a minute. But I do understand that there's so many people doing this. So if you are Black and a woman, you need to be the best of the best. I mean, you need to know like 3 different languages. You need to know how to do characters. You need to know how to write. You need to know how to do on camera, off camera. You have to be a good person. You have to be a boss. Like, there's so many things that you have to do if you're a Black woman. You can't just skate on your looks or your personality. You have to really bring it in struggle. So I know that I hear no, because if I do hear a no, it's because there's like maybe 3 other Black women and there's only room for 1. And so if I hear no, it's like, oh, they think that we're all the same, when actually we're just bringing different things to the table. It is very limited in the industry, thinking that like there's only 1 Black woman that could be at the top. I really enjoy what Issa Rae is doing with Ivana Orji on her show on Insecure, showing like 2 Black women can be mains, they can be supporting actresses, they can have the spotlight on them at the same damn time. And that's how it should be in Hollywood. It's not just 1 woman. There shouldn't just be 1 Oprah. There should be another woman that has a talk show that's Black, that's killing it. There shouldn't just be 1 Viola Davis. You know, Viola Davis has been told that she is Meryl Streep, when it's like, no, honey. It's Viola Davis and Meryl Streep. She's not the Meryl Streep of like Black actresses. She's Viola Davis. She has her own name. It's stressful that you know, there's Tiffany Haddish right now. She's on a really high wave and she's killing it and she's great. But they're like, oh, well, we need to put her in all the movies because, I mean, she's the it girl right now. But it's like, there's other black actresses out there, comedic actresses that can do similar things, if not more. So you can't just have your eye on one person and not see that there's other people out there. When you depict only one type of black person on camera, especially women, then everyone thinks that's how we all are. As a queer black woman, I don't look queer. I don't look like I'm dating a woman. I look heterosexual or present as heterosexual, and it's like, no, we don't all look like Queen Latifah and Set It Off. We don't all look like Ellen. We don't all have flannel shirts. We don't have to have nose rings. Like, we can look like everyone else, and sexuality shouldn't be determined on the outside of you. Also, I mean, just in terms of black women who are in leads, I do feel like, oh, I'm attractive, so that helps. They definitely want a certain like cookie cutter type of black woman that's gonna be the love interest, and that's why I love Issa Rae. She's flipping it. She's like, oh, you would think that she would be like the supporting actress or just like the best friend, but it's like, no, the show is about her, and she doesn't have a weave down her back, and she's not wearing red bottoms and wearing bodycons. She's literally being herself and relatable to any other, you know, black woman that lives in LA that's dealing with the same issues as herself. So whenever I go on auditions and they try to put me in like different roles, they look and they're like, I don't know if this is believable, you know? And it's like, why not? This is my real story. I'm really gay. Like, I've been with my girl for 5 years. I left my washer and dryer to be with this woman. It's for real gay, you know? It's not a phase. I'm looking at labias sober. You know, this is not a weekend thing. This is full time. I just want to flip the narrative and flip the outer appearance of like what queer looks like as well. The first person I kissed was a woman. So, you know, when you're a kid, it means like nothing, because it's just like you're not as fluid as you would like to be. But ever since I've had my first kiss with a woman, it was always in the back of my head, like, I could probably be most likely attracted to women. But somehow I just got caught up with, you know, the heterosexual norms. I mean, everybody I knew around me was straight. So I lived my life as, you know, a straight person, but I've also hooked up with women and I've had deep connections with them, and I've also been like, damn, maybe I'm more of a fit with other women, you know? I've never really been the guy's girl. It's always been like, I understand what we go through. When I'm with them, it's deep, it's intense. It's like, I feel like I've known you forever. You know, I feel like I knew after college that I was like, I'm most likely probably gonna be with a woman. But then somehow the penises just slipped in there, you know? I call it 12 years of straight. That's what it was. Instead of picking cotton, I was picking penis. So I's free now. I's free. And I'm loving it. How do you love a black woman? You listen. It's not all about like counteracting what someone is saying. It's just like, we just want someone to hear what we have to say and understand what we're saying, and not be combative about it. I feel like as a black woman, we're always trying to prove something or prove our point or prove I'm not that person that you think I am. And everybody's well, what about this and what about that? It's like, can't you just listen and not talk back and process what's going on? So loving a black woman is taking her as she is and not giving her titles like, oh, you the ghetto one, you the ratchet one, you the bougie one, you think you white. It's like, stop giving us that. We are just human beings. We are like everybody else. Can we just live? Can we just exist? Can we just be in these streets without these titles that's like, they're played out? Can you find something else for us? I mean, I would have to say the relationship that I'm in right now changed me. When I met my girlfriend, I was a hot ass crunchy mess. I mean, crunchy like at the bag of the Cheetos, like crunch. I was an alcoholic and a drug addict, and I met her and I immediately was like, I want to be better. I want to do better. And she's very organized. I'm still a mess, but like a more put together mess. And so she's showing me I should love myself. Like, self-care is so important, and she's brought that to light. And I feel like in my other relationships, it was kind of like we just doing what we doing, and there's not enough like push. You need to be with somebody who challenges you and puts up a mirror and be like, hey, yeah, you look good and whatnot, but there's some things that you can fix, like your eyebrows. No. Being in control of who you are, I genuinely believe comes after you've been through some things, and it comes with age. So I'm older, even though, you know, I look very Riverdale. I definitely have gotten to the point where I'm like, if I want something to happen, it's up to me. Like, nobody's gonna give me anything. The great thing about being in this day and age is like, you have control of how many people can see your work, or how you're gonna get out there, or how you're gonna produce, or how you're gonna create. And you know, your destiny is pretty much in your hand. Like, the industry does have its gatekeepers, but they can't deny what you got going on. If you got a following and you have people that believe in what you, they can't be like, oh, that's just not true. So as a stand-up, I'm always making sure I'm getting up as much as possible, that I'm touching people, that they see me out here, and that I'm reaching different groups. And that's my control. Like, I know if I want to get on a show, boom, 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 I post about it. I'm out here and letting people know I'm fucking funny, you know? I get serious, but I also get wacky and crazy as well. Everything that I've gotten so far is basically because I put things in order. I had the control to be like, hey, I gotta stop drinking and doing drugs for me to move to the next level. And now I'm sober, and like, in order for me to get to the next level, then it's like, you gotta be disciplined, and you gotta cut some of those tired ass friends you had. So it's like, I'm controlling everything that's going on with me right now, and it's great. This feels so weird, but I love myself.